Now, why is materiality important in corporate sustainability? I think there are at large three reasons or three components we need to look at. First off, for the business itself. Determining what is material is really important to decide what information you're disclosing. So if something is material, that means you need to provide information on that particular sustainability matter to your external stakeholders. So by determining which issues, fall within the threshold of material, you know what information you should start disclosing. So it really helps you in that sustainability and ESG reporting space. Out of all those possible E, S, and G topics that are there, you really get a focus on what is important. In doing that, you also really have a focus on helping to guide and even influence your corporate strategy. So sustainability should not be a bolted on component that you do because, it's a do-good initiative. It really should be part and parcel of how you run your business and how you set your strategy. And by defining what is material, that really should feed into that strategy setting process. With that, we can also have a really clear focus then on driving your resourcing, your hiring. Where are the gaps in terms of those material areas in the sustainability space? Where do you need additional systems, additional expertise within your team to report or to enhance the performance on those sustainability issues? And it also informs your risk management. You might already have your traditional ERM or risk management processes in place, but are you already kind of set up in a way that you really feed into sustainability related risks and climate risks into those more traditional processes? So those four things, there's a number more, but these are really the four key ones that are relevant directly to your business. If you look at the larger ecosystem in which you operate, by defining and determining what is material, you get some competitive insights because you're not just looking at your own business, you're looking across your value chain. You're looking at what is your industry doing, your peers and your competitors. And that might give you strategic advantages by really knowing where you should focus your attention. It can enhance decision-making because you know where those particular environmental or social risks are sitting. And equally, there's on the one side the risk, there's also opportunity, and it can really help you access market opportunities. And we've seen that with a number of customers that really went into the carbon space and found that there were some really interesting opportunities around carbon credits. And finally, there are your stakeholders. And stakeholders can be a whole wide group of people interested in your sustainability performance. The investors are often really interested in comparable decision useful data. And you've got your regulators that require you to align with any regulatory requirements. It also really helps to have meaningful engagement with stakeholders, to really demonstrate to them that you're listening and taking their views into account by conducting a double materiality assessment. And across that value chain, you also find that you're not the only one doing this. So there will be that level of that increasing reciprocal accountability where you're asking, in your supply chain for maybe scope 3 emissions data, that you get requests back with similar information or about human rights or modern slavery. So more and more data exchanges will take place with your stakeholders. So these are some high-level reasons why materiality is so important in corporate sustainability. But materiality is only one component. And I'll ask Tom to just put in a quick other poll there. There's a lot of other things that might be on your mind there. So maybe while we continue, just have a look at the poll there and think about what else is really on your mind. Yes, materiality, but maybe also the incoming Australian climate regulations, or how to actually build your first GHG emissions inventory. Maybe you are affected by the European CSRD regulations, or there might be something else that's on your mind that you're trying to figure out. And maybe type that in the chat so we have some idea of where you're coming from and what education and support you need. Now let's jump back then